So I was asked to do the Party Mavens logo for one of their events. So out of all the options that I gave her, she chose this one, the third option. So I'm going to show you guys how I'm going to make the stencil for it and also cut it out and then paint it. So I'm going to delete these because I don't need them. So far, the only thing that concerns me is here, the connection between the P and the A. And this connection here. Because when I go to cut, that's the weak points and that's the area where it could break when someone's holding it. So I'm going to try to make it a little bit stronger, a little bit thicker on that area. So like I did before, I'm going to grab a circle. And I'm going to take that circle and I'm going to use the slice tool. The way the slice tool works is that if you select two things, it's going to cut on all edges. So if the edge of this circle is making contact with this, it's going to cut right here where those two items meet right there. So right now I just want the little tail because I just want to make it thicker. So I'm going to put it like right here, select both of them, right click, go all the way down to slice. You could also do it by coming down here and pressing slice. So you press slice, and as you can see, it cuts into the circle, but it also makes a line here. So you separate this, we don't need that, so we're going to delete it. And we don't need the circle, and then it gives you two copies, the one that was attached to the A, and then the one that was attached to the circle. So you can use either or. So in this instance, I'm going to put it here, just make it a little thicker. So this is without it, it's really thin, and this is when you add it, it's way thicker. You can go ahead and adjust it. I think it looks best like that. I also made it thicker here. This is kind of bothering me a little bit. Okay, so for right now, this is how it's going to stay. So I'd save it. That option is up here. You click save. If you don't have a Cricut, then you need to decide how big you want this to be. So for me, I want it to be at least 12 inches high. So I'm going to have to do that because I only have a sheet of paper that's 11 this way and 8 this way. So this is the only thing I have to work with. So in order to do that, when I snip it with the snip tool right here, I'm going to have to pretend like these lines are the whole sheet. So I'm going to have to go really close. Let me try again. I'm going to have to go very close right here. And that would be one sheet. And I'll take a little bit of the A so we know where we left off. So now that image, you save it. And then you go on your desktop, open the image. And then you press Control P. And you should get the option to print. So I'm going to choose Portrait because it'll be bigger. So now as you can see, this is going to be the page, this page. So the P would take up most of the page. So then once you print it, let me go ahead and print it. I'll do black. So now that you printed it, this is how it looks. So you want to go ahead and try to do the same exact thing with the next one. If I were you, I would, so that next time you don't, how do I explain this? The next time you do a screenshot, there's no way of telling if you're going to line it up perfectly. So that it would be easier for you, I would suggest that you, let's see, come here, get a square. I would probably make it like a light pink color. And then take the lock off right here, send it to the back. Send to back. And then I'd use this as a guide so that I know where I'm screenshotting every time. And I'd probably do it like this. The reason I'm doing it like this is because now when you go to the snipping tool and you go, now you know to always start from here and to end right there. So when you save that, when you come back, and you know to start right here. Because if you start up here, the A is going to be smaller. If you come over here, the A is going to be bigger than the P you already printed. So now you know that to start there and to stop right there. So you could take a little bit of the R. I would print this out, come back, and then take a little bit of the R and a little bit of the T. Print that out. So you would do it for all of these letters until you have all of Party Maven or whatever word you decide, until you have it all printed out. And once it's printed out, you cut around it, and then you would tape everything. So then you would have a big... So if you have a Cricut, then this next step is for you. So basically, what you want to do is, you want to go ahead and cut this up into the sizes of whatever page you have. So right now, the only thing I have is an 11 by 8.5. So everything I cut has to be this size, because this is the paper I'm going to put inside the Cricut, and it's going to cut on this size. So what I like to do is I take a shape, a square, and I'm going to pretend that this is what the paper looks like. I'm going to make it lighter. And then up here, I'm going to make it 8.5 in width. And then in height, I'm going to make it 11. So right now, this is what a sheet of paper, this is the size of a sheet of paper. 8.5 by 11, which is this. So I need to cut, oh, hold on. One step I forgot. So I have about 4 feet of material, so I can't have this exceed that. So I'm going to put them really close together. And I'm going to try to see what's the biggest I can make it. So it can't exceed 48 inches. So far it's at 25. And now it's at 40. I'm going to probably stop at, I'd say 45. Which makes it about 12 inches, like I said. From top to bottom. So now the problem is that my sheet of paper is 8 by 11. So I have to cut this up into pieces where the Cricut will cut on my paper. So I'm going to start with this, and I'm going to press slice. So now my Cricut will cut this piece. Delete that. My Cricut will cut this now, and then I will continue to do that with all these pieces until I have a bunch of pieces. My Cricut will cut them, and then I'll put them back together like a puzzle. .5. So I forgot to add the S. So what I did, I just added the S. So you don't want to forget to save it, because sometimes the internet will go out or there'll be a little glitch and you'll lose everything. So just save as you go. Next up, we're going to make it. And as you can see here, in this option here, you would tell it that you have a 8.5 by 11 letter piece of paper, and then all the shapes that are the same color will then be changed to the same thing, 8.5 by 11. So you can go over them, make sure they all fit. See, they all fit on the page. So now that you know that they all fit, you just press continue, and then you have it connect. Mine takes forever to connect, I don't know why. It's because I had 2 Cricuts. So once the stencil is taped up, you put it on your piece of styrofoam and then you cut. This is pretty big compared to my Cricut. Look how big it is. Each letter is about a foot tall. Time to cut. So a lot of you were asking, what is the spackling for? Once you open it, it looks like this. And the reason that you use the spackling is because of these indents right here. It's not going to look nice. So you grab a little